Hey, yo, what's up? Stuff here. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Much more sober than I was. I just live streamed when? When was that? Saturday night, right? Wasn't it? Much more sober. Will not be consuming any wine, beer, or other alcohol. We're staying with Bai. It is a school night after all. And yeah, my Sherman S arrived today. Now you may remember in the last video I did, I had a notice from FedEx saying, "Oh, hey, your package is going to show up on Tuesday." I made that video on Monday. Package is going to show up on Tuesday. Yes, nice. Of course, it's FedEx. So, I mean, I was skeptical then, and it appears that my skepticism was well founded because I'm a little warm right now because it just showed up today. Today's Thursday. They changed the arrival date. Let's get some air circulating in here. So my original thought was, okay, well, I got it today. I actually took it and I took it directly to my temporary EUC garage in the back. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not gonna have time to do it. I got too much crap to do. And I'm glad Dale says it's Friday in Australia. Awesome. Too much shit to do. It's just gonna have to wait until after the house is painted this weekend, and then maybe I can mess around with it. And Larry's sending me messages that make me laugh. But I came home and I've been working again. I've been moving stuff out. Tonight, the most noteworthy accomplishment was I've moved my dining room table to the lanai, to the pool deck. This big ass table. And you may ask, well, how did you do that? Well, I have a sliding glass door in the back, and it definitely would not fit through just half of it. So I removed the sliders. So I had a big 8-foot opening, or 7-foot opening, and I was able to get the table out that way. So my table, my chairs are out there. Some other crap I've taken out there. Tomorrow I plan to take some of my furniture that's in the bedroom out there. I've already taken furniture that was in the office, like a lot of that stuff that you saw here on Saturday, that's all out. Like all those shelving units are out. The only thing that's in here right now is my file cabinet, my little stand that I have my home network server on, and my desk. Basically, that's all that's in here. So I think once I move this stuff out of the bedroom, and then there's just some little stuff around here I have to pick up. I think I'm good. I have to empty the pantry of all the food because we're going to paint in there. But I think I'm actually in a good position, which is a good thing because there's one point in this process where I had no idea where the hell I was going to be. I thought I was screwed, but hard work pays off, right? Okay, so let's see. Scott Allen is here. Let me go back up here. Tommy from EUC Vibes checked in. Dale, of course. Spartacus. Roskelian over in the UK. Going to be another late night for you? Isn't it a school night for you? You have to work in the morning? I have tomorrow off. Did I say that already? Maybe I did. No, I'm not drinking. Have tomorrow off. And Dale says, you like the Sherman S. Did you actually ride it, Dale? If you are, I wasn't aware. Or if you did, I was not aware of that. Scott Allen says, moving sucks. Yeah, well, I'm not moving yet. I'm moving stuff out of the living space so I can have painters come in this weekend and paint the entire interior of the house. They're going to paint everything the same color. They're painting the ceilings as well. They're going to redo the white on the ceiling, so everything will look crisp and fresh, right? At least in theory. So that is why I'm doing all that. So once that's all done, guess what I get to do next? I get to move the shit back in. I get to move it back in, albeit it's much less stuff than I used to have, much less furniture, much less just stuff in general. So much stuff has been thrown out. It's amazing, but I do have to move it all back. What I do still have, I have to move it back. And once I do that, then I have to have a discussion with my realtor to come up with a game plan as far as listing it and go from there. So, yeah. I've been busy. Roskelian is drinking tea. Okay, good. Scott Allen, brewskis. Okay, well, I'm off tomorrow as well, but I'm not drinking. After that stream, I mean, those of you that were there to the very end on Saturday, I mean, I hit a wall, man. All of a sudden I was just like, oh man, I got to stop. I had that full glass of wine. I had a few sips of that dildo beer that was horrible. One of the most horrible beers I've ever had in my life. And then I had a Miller Lite. And after I shut off the stream, I went back to bed, and I had a unsettled feeling in my stomach, if you know what I mean. I stood there by the toilet for a minute or two. I'm like, I'm not going to throw up, am I? I'm not going to throw up. I haven't thrown up from drinking in years and years and years. And I didn't. I did not throw up. But it was on the edge of that. So I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did not throw up, because I really hate throwing up. So Scott, where in the U.S. are you, Scott? If you told me before, I don't remember. Oh, Roskelian, you're retired? Oh, wow. And would it be less? Yeah, I think it's less than 7 years now at this point for me. Is it? Let's see. 62. Yeah, well, slightly less. Approximately 7 years from now, I can retire with my full pension. So it's just the goal now is to get to that point, relatively healthy and with my sanity. I would like to have those two things intact when I get to retirement age. We'll see. You never know. You never know. Dale rode the Sherman S a few times, even rode backwards on one foot while drinking a beer. I'm so surprised by that. Leo always gets to my streams no matter what, somehow. What's up, buddy? Leo from Brazil. Oh, Dale, no, your last message made sense. It always makes sense. I speak Dale. I understand what you mean. And Scott says, all part of the moving sucks experience. Okay, so am I caught up with chat? Almost. No, I'm not. Leo says it's old age. Welcome to the club. How old are you, Leo? I turned 55 in December. Dale, why am I not surprised by this either? I threw up all over myself only like 5 weeks ago. Usually any throw up experiences I've had, it has to do with liquor of some sort. One time I threw up on my second honeymoon, drinking ridiculous amounts of rum, where I think I probably had alcohol poisoning. I got drug off the buffet floor. Two guys were underneath both armpits. I couldn't move my feet, so I was just like being drugged. And as they were dragging me, I threw up on myself. Not a proud moment. But like I've thrown up on Goldschlager, like drinking. My problem is I drink higher content alcohol like it's beer, aka too fast. Have I thrown up on vodka? No, I don't think I've thrown up on vodka. Yeah, I don't think I've thrown up on vodka, but I've thrown up on stuff, and it's always liquor. I've never thrown up from drinking beer, so maybe I should stick to beer. But like I said, wine does wine gets the job done faster. And I like wine. Dale says it's the first time you threw up since you were a teen. I find that hard to believe, Dale, but okay. Leo is 50. Oh, so you're younger than me, buddy. All right, well, there you go. Roskelian is 64. All right, nice. Dale had Sambuca. I don't know that I've ever had Sambuca, Dale. Big deal. There's an apartment in Santa Cruz, California, with the words "Rum No" written in permanent marker on the tile. Small victories. That's funny. Just to give you more detail on the rum story. See, the reason that I overdid it on rum is this was like a inclusive resort. We had access to all the food you want, and they had alcohol available. And I don't think I've told the story. I've written the story. I don't know that I've ever said it on a stream. I doubt it. But anyways, my ex-wife and I, we were up in an area where they had ping pong tables, and we were playing ping pong. I'm a decent ping pong player, and I was winning pretty easily. And but they also had self-service liquor, and they had like stuff to make your own. What's it called? not an avalanche, mudslide. They had mudslide mix, and then they had the rum there. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, mudslides are like chocolatey. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I had no experience with what the proper ratio is mixed to alcohol. So I'm just whatever, I have no idea how much I'm putting in. And I didn't even ever start drinking until I was 24 years old. That's another story, but yeah. But anyways, so I'm drinking these things. They taste good. They're going down fast, and we keep playing ping pong, and all of a sudden, the games are getting closer. They're getting closer, and I'm still drinking the mudslides. And then my ex-wife starts to beat me. She barely beat me one game. I've never lost to her in ping pong. And then she crushed me like the subsequent game. And I'm like, oh, I don't feel good, man. I don't feel good. And she's like, okay, well, we should go down and get some food, because she obviously could tell that I was being affected. We go down at the all you can eat food. I don't even remember if she probably got my food, because I was not feeling good. So she brought food over, and I think I ate a little bit of it. But then a few minutes after that, I crossed my arms, I laid my head down on the table, and I stayed like that for 2 hours. I refused to move. She was furious with me. She's like, oh, let's just go up to the room. As soon as I picked my head up, like everything was spinning, I would just put my head back down. I'm like, I can't move. I can't move. And plus I was feeling sick. I was afraid if I was going to move, I was going to throw up. So like I said, I was there for a couple hours, literally. And that's when people obviously noticed that I was like that. And these two Good Samaritans came over and asked my ex-wife if she wanted them to help. And she said yes. And like I said, they picked me up. And as soon as I started moving, I threw up on myself. And I probably threw up on them a little bit as well. But they were very good natured about it. I couldn't even tell you what they looked like, because my vision was like this far. This is all I could see. Everything else was it was like tunnel vision, practically blacking out. So all I remember is somehow they drug me up into the room, and I fell asleep, not on the bed. I was on my knees in front of the bed, leaning my torso over on the bed, and that is how I fell asleep. So it was memorable. It's kind of funny now, but at the time I thought I might die. So I haven't had rum since. Very surprising, I'm sure. Roskelian, brandy in Canada is nice. Otherwise it's wine. Okay. What's Canada? Oh, brandy in Canada dry. I don't know if that I've ever had brandy, Roskelian. Scott sees Elsa in the corner. Yeah, Elsa's not real thrilled about this. I'm going to be, one of the things I'm doing tomorrow is I'm going to take Elsa. Yes, let's do this. I'm going to take Elsa to my ex-wife's place for her to stay there this weekend, because the house is going to be just filled with painters. I bet there might be 10 guys in here probably working on this house, and it would just be chaos for her. So I'm just going to take her up there for the weekend. When it's done, I'll go pick her up, and it'll be much, much better for her. So, but no, she has not been a fan of this whole process of me ripping everything apart. She's confused. She's kind of like me. She likes things to like be the way they normally are, and having all this stuff in disarray has not been fantastic for her. Nasty Thomas Hobbs, I puked my guts out on dark rum in my early 20s and still cannot drink dark rum till this day. That and scotch. I've never had scotch, and I have no plans to drink rum. Oh, well, thank you for the clarification, Dale. This is the first time you threw up on yourself. You thrown up plenty of times, just not on yourself. Oh, I do remember one time I threw up from beer. That's right. The running club that I used to participate in, they had this thing called Oktoberfest. And obviously Oktoberfest, you drink beer, and it's kind of strong beer. And I drank a lot of it, a lot. My dad and my stepmom were down visiting, and thankfully my stepmom only drank a little bit, and she drove home. But as she was driving, I was doing everything I could to because I could feel it coming. I could feel I was getting nauseous. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I do not want to throw up. But at one point, I had the window down. I'm trying to breathe in fresh air, whatever. Like I don't even know what the hell that does if you're feeling nauseous, but yeah, I'm doing everything I can to try to not throw up. But then I finally had to say, you got to pull over. You got to pull over. She pulls over right in front of a church. It's probably like 5 miles from here, right in front of a church. I stagger over to the guardrail, and I throw up all over the place. It was a bad experience. I think that's the last time actually I've thrown up from drinking, and that was oh god, 6 or 7 years. Yeah, probably 6 or 7 years ago at this point. So, knock on glass. I don't have to do that again anytime soon. Leo asks, have you ever had a Brazilian capoeira? No. I don't know. I probably don't want to either, Leo. Dale will show that comment, but I won't say that. Ruskowing says, I knew an Olympic class player of ping pong. Even ever been afraid of a ping pong ball? I've seen high level ping pong, and it's amazing. They're playing the game like they're like 10 feet behind the table because they're smashing it so hard and putting so much spin on it. It's incredible what they can do. So yeah, I have seen ping pong, high level ping pong. Leo met my best buddy when before passing out, my brother-in-law threw up on a random dude on the street. We were 15. Yeah, I'm not a fan of throwing up. I don't know anybody that really is, but I'm not. Okay. Enough drinking stories. Let me work on getting this out of the box. In the box, and this was from Jason at eWheels, is the Leopard Kim testing report. There's 2 fuses. I guess they're spare fuses. There's a nice color owner's manual. There are the customary eWheels wrist guards. They include those with, I think, pretty much every wheel. A US style power plug, the basic pads that come with it. Did we talk about this? Did Marty talk about this in the stream? Or maybe we talked about it when I was out in California with him. He said something about that because of Begode selling or suing Veteran, like Veteran is not allowed to sell wheels with the pads on already, I think. Although there's pads here, so what's the difference? I don't get it. But Marty did say specifically that there was a lawsuit where they were not allowed to do that anymore. But I always thought you had to put the pads on anyway, so I don't really get it. All right. So now this, you may remember me talking about this, that I originally had indicated that I wanted my Shermans to have a street tire. It did not come with the street tire, but I got a box today, a tire box. I didn't open it, but I assumed that I have the street tire. I think what Jason meant was they didn't have any with street tire on already. So I don't know, maybe eWheels isn't, or the eWheels text didn't want to put it on. It's okay, I can put it on at some point. I'll probably be okay with it as is. All right, I'm gonna slide this out without trying to hurt myself because this is close to a 100-pound wheel, I believe. Come on now. I've been moving enough heavy stuff around. Oh wow, Larry did mention to me that the tire is very low. Like his was like 20 psi when he got it, and this feels similar. Whoa, what is that? Seat pad. Yes, I'm on camera. Sorry. I'll get back. Oh man, yeah, this is a heavy wheel. Okay, we got a little. This is a little maxi pad seat. It doesn't look like that would do anything. It's not like I would be able to sit on this thing anyways. Let's take we got the clicking pedals with the studs or spiked pedals that really aren't very smartly designed, and I can already see why. All right, so now we're going to try to heave-ho this on the table. It feels like there's air. Oh, that's right. This is an oil shock. Okay. Forgot. Sorry. All right, so I don't have to pump it up. That's good. All right. Let's see if we can get it on the table without hurting ourselves. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, too bad. There we go. Okay. Piece of cake. Okay, it does have a built-in stand. Oh my god. I need lower tables to do this kind of shit. I thought it had scratches on it already, but it's just, I don't know, just like white dust. So there it is. Fit and finish is very impressive, as lots of reviewers have said. And the rim, I mean, this rim is super impressive looking. I'm trying to think, is my, I don't know. I'm trying to think if my air pump is packed or not. One might not be. Hold on, I might be out in my garage. That's another tricky thing about this scenario is I was trying to, pack as much as possible, but I need to make sure that I have, the bare essentials to do things, like inflate tires. I mean, come on, need to be able to inflate tires. Let's see, hopefully I can do this without the extension. And yes. The cap just went flying somewhere. All right, so I'm gonna set it to 30 pounds. Let's see what we get here. Okay. So the tire currently, like Larry said, I just lost some pressure by doing that, but 18 it's at right now. So definitely add some air to your tire. All right, here we go. Apologize for the noise in advance. All right, that wasn't so bad. Okay, feels better. Let's take this off. All right, so we're at a pressure that hopefully will feel good riding. Those of you that know me know that I normally prefer to have my pressure between 25 and 30 PSI in most situations. I just feel better high speeds with lower PSI in my tire. Okay, so I wonder if this ships in transport mode. What do you guys think? It probably does. Pads down. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for pads. I have an unused set of Clark pads in there. I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you know me, you know that pads are not the most important thing for me. Okay. Let me scroll back up. Scott Allen, still playing VR ping pong? I haven't played VR in months. Not because I don't like it, not because I don't think it's super cool. It's just been, I've had other things going on. Have not done that. Although we did talk about World of Warcraft, how Dawn Champion also plays World of Warcraft. I actually have played twice since the stream on Saturday. So yeah, there you go. Doing one thing. I've not played VR though. VR is great. Just, I have responsibilities, right, Tommy? Tommy knows about responsibilities. Dale likes the testing report. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, as long as all these tests are being actually done. Yeah, there's each thing that's supposed to be tested has a little stamp that says pass. I don't like that. You can see this on the camera. See a little red circle there? That's the pass stamp that all this stuff has been done. So that should give me a warm and fuzzy feeling. Roskellian says, ping pong, I can never return a serve. And if I served, I died for cover for the return because it came back so fast. Oh, okay. Yeah, ping pong's fun. Ping pong and pickleball do have some similarities. Leo giving the description of the caipirinha is a drink, vodka, lemons, sugar, and crushed ice. Okay. Roskellian loves the new wheel. Yeah. You can see Duff's live stream kind of partially obstructed by it. Dale says it's hard to sit on it stationary without rolling backwards. Oh, yeah? Well, that's kind of the way that the S22 is. Like if you just let the S22 go, it just wants to roll backwards. It's kind of annoying. Dale, you can hear when I get a message. Yes. Yeah, I guess I should. That's oh, well, yeah. So Dale sent me thumbs up to make my Facebook make sounds. Thanks, man. Okay, Facebook's closed. You guys will not be able to. Go ahead, Dale. You can test it again. I have my phone silenced, so you will not hear any more Facebook notifications. Ross Skelling, the foot plates are a bit stuck. Yeah, no, they definitely are. It's a really strange design because you have spikes here, right? You have spikes, but then you have a lip around the entire edge. And this lip, well, the lip doesn't cover the spikes, but it covers part of it. But you also have these screws. There's screws in here that control. You can lengthen these pedals. Like there's a little slider. You can make them longer, which maybe I should do because I have big feet. But these screws, they sit higher than all the spikes. So if you put your foot on it, guess what? Your foot's going to be resting on the screws, the couple screws. There's 2 screws here and here. There's 4 screws actually. So if you put your foot on here, you are not going to be on the spikes. You're going to be on the screws, the round head screws. And let's see if I have something I could verify that with. I probably do. Okay, let's make believe that this is my foot. Okay, and this is my iRobot Brava Jet pad box. I am just on the screws. Yeah, that's it. So now, of course, sneakers, they have an uneven, or boots, they have an uneven tread. So yeah, you'll make some contact with the spikes, but not like you should. If that is a concern, maximum grip, these pedals are not going to be great. I think I understand that there's several companies that are working on replacement pedals for the Sherman S. Sensei Vegan is here. What's up, buddy? Good evening. Enjoy the new wheel. Thank you, man. I won't get to ride it tonight, I don't think, but Spartacus, yes. Dale dropping some Duff DMs. Dale does things like that. Dale agrees the pedals are shit. The ridge makes them slippery and wet, and you can't get in the grooves because the groove is structural. Right, yeah, and there's grooves here. There's a groove here, a groove here. It's strange. It's strange that they decide to go that way. But third party will correct that. But the issue is, this is a $4,000 wheel. It's a $4,000 wheel. You shouldn't have to run out and replace the pedals. That kind of sucks. Roskellian rides his master at 27 psi. Yeah. Like I'm gonna have it at 30, and we'll see how it feels, and I might drop a couple. Roskellian's going to 3D print pads. Yeah, I could do that too. Although I only have 2 3D printers operational right now. But yeah, that's a possibility. Big deal. Have you ever heard of a foot plate failure? Yes. Especially the older style ones, like the Gotway ones. I've seen lots of them that have snapped. Mm-hmm. The casting snaps. Yep. Yeah, that would suck. Like at speed, if you had a pedal brake, you're in for a world of hurt. UC Quebec. Hey, congrats. Thanks, man. Expecting yours, Sherman S, in March. The pedals got to go. Yeah, they are not good. I'm curious I assume that the clicking is part of the whole pedal assembly. So probably when you get replacement pedals, you won't have the little détentes that you hear as you click through them. RG. Oh, RG. We're still talking some alcohol here because Leo talked about that Brazilian drink, and RG says, "Oh, like a Long Island iced tea." I did mention briefly that I never started drinking until I was 24 years old because I was going through some issues that kind of made me want to start to drink, and I started drinking with Long Island iced teas. Long Island iced teas, I think, has 6 or 7 types of alcohol in it, I believe. And they will screw you up because it goes down easy. I remember, I think the first or second time I was at one of these establishments drinking Long Island iced teas, I think I had 6 of them. And again, I was obliterated. I don't remember if I threw up there. I don't know how I didn't, if I didn't, but yeah, I haven't had those either in a long time. You could hear my washer. Oh, that's my dryer, actually. Yes, my load is done. I love the songs that the LG washer and dryer plays. It's a simple pleasure. George Bourbon. All wheels over 1K should come without pedals. Why bother? Everyone wants custom pedals and pads anyway. Well, I don't. I know there's a lot that do. The only thing I've ever done with pedals on my V11 and my Sherman, I got the replacement inserts from Merlin Fish. I don't think he's doing it anymore, but he used to sell like inserts that you could put on the Sherman, on the V11. You would take out the grip tape and you put these inserts on. So I did do that, but I've never actually replaced the entire pedal on any of my wheels. But I mean, I do the kind of riding that it's not a big deal for me. For some people, it's a huge deal. So I understand. Scott Allen, 4K in here. I thought being a skier and snowboarder was expensive. Yeah, I think this is what, 4,100, 4,199, something like that from e-wheels. Yeah, it's the most I ever paid for a wheel. I don't have plans to buy any wheels anytime soon. And as long as I like the Sherman S as much as I hope, I'll be selling my EX20S to kind of help recoup some of that expense. Even though the EX20S is nice. I like the EX20S. Roskelian asking about the batteries in the Sherman S. I think they're are they Samsung 50Es? I thought they were. 2170s Samsung 50Es. I think that's what they are. Leo says that clicking is from the pedal rods. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Richard Weston, great looking wheel. Do you think it will feel top heavy? I don't know, but I know that was Marty's initial impression that the wheel felt top heavy. I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know. Roskelian agrees. The OEM master foot plates are good. No need to change. Yeah, well, yeah, those are the standard Begode spiked pedals, right? I think that's the same thing on the EX20S, and those are good. Yeah, I don't have any problem with those at all. They seem good to me. Dale's never used custom pedals or power pads. There you go, Dale. We're throwbacks. Nowadays, everyone has power pads or custom pedals and some everything. Pinoy Triathlon. That's a new name to the live stream. Does it have a better build than any Begode wheel? Yes. Yeah. I've seen several teardowns in the Sherman S. And in general, I had an original veteran Sherman. Yes, the build quality on veteran wheels is better than Begode wheels across the board, as far as I've seen personally. Roskelian has the Nylonov foot plates. Yeah, I've heard good things about them. Expensive, right? They're expensive. but I have heard good things about them. RG, my Samsung washer has an overload beep, but sometimes I just keep pushing it. Is there such a thing as an overload beep? I've had issues where I have an uneven load and it'll play some sort of song or indicator. Like if I put a heavy blanket in there or something, it gets out of center and makes the whole thing wobble like crazy. I've heard that. I have not heard an overload beep, but maybe I just haven't overloaded it because I have put a lot of shit in there for sure. I'm a firm believer in not sorting my laundry. I'm not saying that's good, but whites, colors, it doesn't matter. It all goes in. Whatever's in the basket, I just pick it up and shove it in. And I don't care. I wash in like warm water, so I don't have colors run normally, but living on the edge. Dale says the Hero is the most top-heavy wheel I've tried. Really? Okay. Well, because I don't know, Dale, if you know or not, but like when I was out in California, I rode Larry's Hero on the Fullerton Loop. It felt good to me. I don't recall feeling it being top-heavy, but maybe it's because I was too busy getting pounded on the trails around there. I wasn't thinking about it. Power pads are just riding aids for people that can't ride well enough without them. I don't know, Dale. There's some people that might disagree with you. Obviously, I don't need them for what I do. I'm fine without them. Sometimes I'm actually uncomfortable with them. Like they feel like they restrict the normal position of my legs, but I have very long legs. So, I don't know. Splice01, what's up, guys? Hey, man. Hey, how you doing? Roskellian says, powerful wheels need pads if you want the performance from them. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, I have, like I said, I have long legs, I have feet. I can get a lot of leverage, but for sure, if you're leaning against pads, you can apply more torque front and back. There's not a doubt about that. I don't have the need to do that, so it's never really bothered me. All right, so let's turn this thing on and see if it's in transport mode. And if it is, then we need to figure out how to get it out. I don't know. I guess I should charge it up too. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this was I guess they call transport mode sleep mode with the Sherman. So all I did is I held the power button for 10 seconds. There's a counter there. It counts up to 10, and then once it got to 10, then it released. It is now alive. So all right. So the charge, this is something that was kind of odd. The charge port is in the front, which seems less than ideal, with a little rubber cover. It is not a great spot for the charge port, and if you don't get the cover in there right, and you're in a wet situation, and water is blowing on the front of your wheel, that could be a bad day, right? 2 charge ports. Let's see. To release the trolley handle, I thought there was a little latch to release for the trolley handle. There it is. And the trolley handle, it's odd that it's plastic, and you can't see it. Hold on. I'm going to use my long arms. Long arms come in. Whoa. Long arms come in handy. There you go. Oh boy! Oh, shit, that was close. Okay, no, I'm not drinking alcohol. The trolley handle is plastic. Boo for plastic. It feels flimsy. I mean, people have said that they walked it around okay, but odd choice, right? Again, $4,000 wheel, plastic trolley handle, a $4,000 wheel that weighs close to 100 pounds. No, I don't spend tons of time trolleying wheels around, so it's okay, but just that's kind of an odd decision. Tail light, cool. Oh, that's right. We got the lasers too. Oh yeah, the lasers. I thought I read that there's a way to do the lasers from the front. No. Oh shit, that's the OK button. Okay. Okay, so how do I select it? I was actually inadvertently changing the ride mode. Okay, I have it on strong, which is like stiff pedal. That's the way that I usually like it. I'm trying to figure out how to turn on the back lasers because I know there's a button on here you can use. There we go. They're on. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Now you can. I'm shooting the camera with my laser. Oh shit! That might not be good for it. Okay, yeah. I heard some complaints early on that the lasers had uneven intensity. But no, that looks good. Cool. Okay, lasers are on. There is no lift switch on this, which again, it's a freaking heavy wheel, so it's not like you're going to be doing a lot of lifting anyways. But no lift switch. So if you want to, the one thing a lift switch or a kill switch would be nice for is if you want to put it into on the kickstand without turning it off, but you can't really do that. I'm going to have to go through the screen. The screen obviously is not as nice as like a V12 screen or V13 screen. It is definitely an improvement over the original Sherman screen. High visibility. That's one thing about a V12 or a V13 screen. Looks great, but in direct sunlight, it's really difficult to see. With this kind of LCD setup, it's more visible. There are more options on it. All right, so let's turn it off. It looked like it was at like 80% battery too. I might not have to charge it that much. Let me get the charger out. I believe it's supposed to be a 5 amp charger. That is correct. 100.8, 5 amp. Yep. Good. All right, so let's plug it in as long as it's not super noisy. As long as it's not super noisy. Because what's going to wind up happening is tomorrow this thing will go back into the EUC garage. And if I have any breaks tomorrow, I'll try to ride it tomorrow, but we shall see. Or maybe we'll ride it tonight. Yeah, who cares? Right? Who cares? Life's about having fun. Someone told me that. I think I forget that sometimes, which isn't good. Let's see, sir. What is this crap? If I plug it into the wall, it'll be long enough. Let's see. Probably not. Probably not. This is great. This is great content, right? Silence is key when you're making content. All right, let's move this over a little bit. Get that on the table. I'm not a fan of this charge port location. Almost, it's not quite as annoying as the S22, but it's probably in second place. Here we go. This thing is almost fully charged, actually. According to the onboard display, okay, it's quiet. So I don't think that'll bother you guys too much. According to the onboard display, it looks like it's right almost at fully charged, which is cool. All right, this stuff I will keep. Hold on. All right. Dale says, I'm not a super fast rider, and they get in the way when seated riding. Oh, that's true. Well, you ride seated so much. How do you like my beautiful wall behind me? My wall of nothingness. That's the way that a lot of the house is right now. I think the painter will be happy. You know, the head painter, because he looked around the house yesterday. He's like, "Are you sure you're going to be able?" Or last weekend, he said, "Are you sure you're going to be able to get this, workable that we can paint?" And I'm like, "I can do it, dude. I can do it." Because he saw. I mean, it's a lot of freaking work. But if I say I can do it, I'm going to do it, or I'm going to die. One of those two things. Roscallion says, I only ride the Master and the 16X with pads. My S18 doesn't have the torque to need pads to reach its limits. Even the 16X doesn't really need them. Yeah, I didn't have pads on my 16X. Dale agrees. The placement of the charge ports suck. I would agree with that, Dale. The handles are in the way, and they are on the front. Yeah, it's questionable. There are questionable things about the wheel. Let's see, the three that are coming to mind right now: plastic trolley handle, charge port location, and the spiked pedals. The design of all three of those things are a little bit of a head scratcher. But if the wheel rides great and gets great range, good speed, all that stuff is minor. But it is questionable. Again, when you start talking about this price point, I have less leeway for forgiveness when wheels start costing this much money. I don't know. Spartacus, is it possible to put it back in sleep mode? I'm sure it is. I just don't know how to do it. Probably. I wonder if I hold the power button another 10 seconds, it might put it back into sleep mode. I don't know. But I want it to be awake, not asleep. Kexin. All right. Another member of the Don't Ever Sort Your Laundry Club. Yeah, what's the point? Sorting laundry. One buy down. Only 10 calories. Yeah, well, I don't wash in cold. I wash in, I don't know, warm, I think. Cold would be better to prevent colors from running, but I don't really care. Dale agrees. Handle is shit, yes. Or Sculling, you may have to design a new stand. Yeah, I wonder if it would fit on one of my stands. I don't know. Height-wise. What's it look like down there? No, you can make it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that high. You can make it work. Should we test it out? Yeah, screw it. Let's test it out. Although I don't really feel like adjusting the stand right now. Yes, you just did hear the slider door open and close. Yes, the stands I have in stock, they are on the lanai right now. Okay, so we would need to go a little more narrow. Do I have? I do. Okay. Again, like I said, I have very limited. Oh shit! I have a. Okay, good. I have very limited things here. Everything has either been thrown out. I mean, I didn't throw out things I need, but things are either thrown out or in a box or donated. Usually it's one of those things. All right, so that looks like that might be good. Of course, the other challenge here is especially trying to do this with it on the table, but I'll try anyway because, you only live once, is trying to get it up on here. I don't know that I can, to be honest with you, because you're basically doing like a 100-pound static curl, and then you're trying to hoist it up. It sounds like a really bad idea. But looking at the bottom of this, if you adjust the stand to the proper width, I don't think this would be a problem at all. Probably can go a little more now. Well, actually, well, no, okay, I shouldn't say that. It's about the height of it. No, I think it'll be fine. The more I look at this, the more I think it's going to be fine. Because you're not really resting it on the pedal hanger. You're resting it on the case down below. At least that's what I would do. And again, I know this is thrilling stream content, but that's all I provide is thrills. Nothing but thrills. Oh shit. Shit. No, it's a lid. It's like a 1/4 inch low. Oh geez. All right. Okay. Well, I'll try it when it's on the ground, but I'm not doing it now. Interesting. I might have to go bigger or taller with those sides. The problem is like you can only go so tall on my Prusa printer. Like that's almost at the maximum size I can do on my Prusa. So let's see, where does this dumb thing go? Here. Okay, right there. All right, so I guess I can put that on. Like I said, even though we'll never sit on it, but maybe this will help to reinforce the flimsy trolley handle. Oh, try to reinforce it. There we go. Okay, it looks a little bit more. Oh, come on, really? It wasn't on straight. That looks better. Okay. All right, seat pad applied. I'm going to get another buy. Wish I could tell you everything that goes through my mind, guys, about certain things, but I can't. I just can't do that. Mind is a scary place. Okay. All right, so we're charging along here. Let's see, what have we missed out on? In Australia, I mean, designing a new stand, I mean, my stand sales have been very, very slow, to put it mildly. There's lots of competition. A lot of people make their own stands now. They can 3D print their own stands. So many wheels nowadays have a kickstand, so they don't even care. So, you know, the heyday of my stand business is definitely behind me, but it's fine. It's no problem. RG, you didn't know that it had lasers? Yeah, man. Yeah, they shoot at it at an angle, and it's just for visibility. Now, from all accounts, like during the day, you can't hardly see them, but at night, it would be kind of cool, I guess. I've seen bikers have had that for a while. Wait, no, let's do a poll. Right, let's do a poll. Let's see. Let's do a poll. Okay. Well, let me type. Now, I learned this on Saturday night that I can only do up to 4. And this stream isn't going to be. This isn't going to be a 3-hour stream, guys. Just FYI. I don't hate to disappoint you, but it's not going to be a 3-hour stream. Okay. I'm going to keep you guessing what I'm putting in here. Oh, wait, I'm going to give it away if I talk while I'm typing. Oh, yeah. What is this? There's another thing. I know it's only 3. Okay, well, let me come up with the 4th one. All right, we have a new poll. The poll is, what is the worst feature on the Sherman S? Your options are the Charlie handle, the charge port setup, the spiked pedals, or the seat. Feel free to vote. Or Skellions put lasers on your master. Good. No, lasers are cool. Just don't point them at people's eyes. Dale says the button on the lasers is hard to push properly, but you can do it on the screen instead. Yeah, I heard that. I'm not sure how you do it from the screen. I don't know if it was Adam's video. I saw that you can do it from the screen, I think. But yeah, that's the thing. I think even if you turn them on, when you turn it back off, they reset. So if you want them on, it's not like you can turn it on and have them on all the time. You have to reset it every time or turn them back on every time, I believe. Yep, lasers put lines in the road. Yep. Hate mail, arg my eyes. Yeah, I know, right? I probably burned your retinas out. Roskellian 3. Oh, the master stock charger is only 3 amps? Really? I didn't know that. Does it have 1 or 2 charge ports? I rode Marty's and I rode Roger's 4800 watt hour master briefly when we were at the base of Mount Baldy, but not much, not enough to get a real feel for it. Skellion built a charge monitor for the Big O Master. The control board is not powered during charging, so apart from the charger LED, you really don't know what is going on. Yes, I have heard that complaint from others regarding charging the Master. Leo, did you get the 58 or 62 pound suspension? I requested the 62. Hopefully that's what I got. You know, because my riding weight is probably, you know, in the mid 180s, something like that. So depending on how much gear I have. Rascallion, wall of nothing. Well, I do have, wait, you can't see it. Wait, let's move it because it is portable right now. To give you some visual stimulation, my awesome Duff's Livestream laser etched sign that was, oh, it's backwards though, isn't it? Oh, well, sorry. Probably a way to change that. What if I do this? It'll be backwards for me, but it will be the right way for you probably. Look at that. That's brilliant, right? Brilliant. Those of you that weren't here on Saturday, that was a Christmas present for my sister. And I did not pack it because you never know when you're going to need it, right? Scott Allen, behold, dust blank wall. It is barren, for he has made it so. Yes, I have made a lot of things so around this house lately. There's a lot of things that are barren. I just heard the charger. I heard the charger fan speed change there for some reason. Brian is here. What's up, Brian? Welcome back. No, this isn't Groundhog Day. No, this is not Saturday. And no, I am not drinking. I'm not drinking. I did hear back. I listened back to the broadcast from Saturday on podcast form. And at certain points you could hear it sound like thumping somehow. It's like the mic was picking up something. I don't know if I was hitting the desk. Probably was. I guess the mic setup right now, I have the mic on a stand right here. And so if I do anything on the desk, it kind of reverberates through the mic. So I'm trying to be more conscious of that because it's important. MUC and my EUC. I haven't seen one wheel with a kickstand. I thought these were just some motorcycles. The only things I've seen EUCs are mounted and don't need to be kicked. Semantics. You're right. It's not a kickstand. But I guess you could do that, right? Although it'd be kind of weird. It'd be hard to do. That'd be a lot of weight to lean over. So I think a rear-mounted stand like this is probably a better option. Did I hear correctly that one of the other things that they changed on the Master Pro V2, besides the T4 headlight and the metal battery box, is they went with a more conventional kickstand, sort of like this, as opposed to the kickstand that was like connected to the tail light that looked like arms. It just kind of folded out awkwardly. Someone said that was a change with the Master Pro. I don't know. Let's see. Babbitt the Wabbit. What's up, buddy? I don't think you were at the streams, or you were on stream Saturday night, were you? When I start down a mental rabbit hole I don't enjoy, I say aloud, think good thoughts. I hear you. And believe me, I'm glad Elsa's here because I have a lot of conversations with Elsa. You know, because she's here, I'm technically not talking to myself, I'm talking to her. But yeah, no, it's a struggle, right? It's a struggle. That's always been a struggle for me is, trying to maintain a positive attitude whenever possible. And that's one of the things I've been working on, since I was single. And it's something I have to always work on. Got to work on it. Pinoy Triathlon. Does it look rainproof? Well, I can't really tell. I mean, it looks impressive. I've heard of people riding it through very wet conditions without problem. The veteran Sherman was pretty water resistant, so I hope it is. I don't go out looking to ride in the rain, but in Florida, especially during wet season, it happens often inadvertently. So I'm sure one time or another, I will be exposing this to rain. I'm reviewing the worst feature in the Sherman S so far with 15 votes. We have a tie between the trolley handle and the spiked pedals. So yeah, the trolley handle really is weird. I noticed on I saw a couple V13 teardowns. And one of the things that they commented on is the trolley handle is all metal. It probably should be, especially with a wheel this heavy. To have it be kind of flimsy plastic, it really is strange. Electric unicycle. A dude in Australia dropped his Sherman in the river, fully submerged for at least a minute, and it came out twitching because a couple drops got on the board. But besides that, it was fine. Really? Oh, I think I saw that. I think I might have saw that, Dale. Yeah. So it was submerged for a minute. Really? You don't get a much better result than that. My God, really? That's crazy. I guess I can move this back down a little bit so you don't have to see so much blank wall. Oh, or we can go up more, or we can mess up my freaking. There we go. Mess up my monitors, my dual monitors. Stay. Okay, there we go. Less wall. Oh, now you can see the over there is my server, my network server. You can see all the wires. Like when I built this house, a friend of mine that does low voltage wiring, we wired this whole house with Cat 5e at the time, which was state of the art back in 2001. So I have hard Ethernet wiring to most rooms in the house. Nowadays, most people just rely on Wi-Fi, but in most situations, I like to hardwire if I can. Like my computer is hardwired to my router over there. I'm just old school, I'm old school. Roskelian says the Master has 2 charge ports, and you could charge at 10 amps, but I wouldn't. But if you were determined, I'm not a big fan of high-speed charging. I mean, and I'm not in a situation where I need to do that. But I know a lot of people do. They don't have a problem doing that. Brian, you got the S22 sliders from Jason. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I assume you didn't put them in yet. But yeah, I'm curious how you like them. Oh wait, so it's backwards for you now? Interesting, because I'm looking at my preview screen and it looks forward to you. Okay, interesting. So thank you. So we will turn it back. Oh shit. Okay. No, I haven't been drinking. There we go. Sorry, guys. I didn't. I didn't see that message from 8:57 until now. Oh, Skellion, now your sign is backwards. Yep. You see why do you turn your sign around to be backwards? With StreamYard, the streaming software that I use, I see the feed, and on my feed, it looks backwards. But maybe what I see is backwards, but what you see is not. Yeah, like my shirt. My shirt is backwards, but I guess you can probably read what this says, right? Pottstown Rumble. Freestyler 7, definitely a lot of overlap with your EX20S. Well, I mean, EX20S, same size battery. This has a higher top speed than mine is the high torque EX20S. So it starts to beep around 36, 37. So this will be a faster wheel. Similar range, I hope. I'll be interested in running a range test on this. When I ran EX20S, I think I did about 70 miles of going, 25 to 35. So I thought that was a pretty good result. We'll see how the Sherman S does. I won't be able to test it until I get through this latest round of house crap. Richard Weston. I watched a tutorial where a guy attached a kickstand to the pedal on an 18XL. Well, an 18XL is a much lighter wheel, much thinner wheel. So yeah, I could see that being possible, I guess. Begode crash test dummy. I would like to feel the difference in power between the 134 volt Commander Pro and the 100.8 volt Sherman S. Well, by all accounts, 134 volt wheels are faster. Commander Pro, at least from what I've heard, feature wise, has some positives. It's a higher voltage wheel, so in theory, it has better top end. We had a little debate about this the last stream. I suspect it's going to get worse range than the Commander. Marty seems to attribute that just to higher speeds, but if Marty does his normal test where he does similar speeds as he does with most range tests and he gets less range, which is what I think is going to happen, that's really the only way to tell for sure, I guess. The Commander Pro has a different shock setup. It's center mounted shocks like this, but with the Sherman S, like one side controls the dampening, one side controls the rebound speed, which is kind of an odd setup, right? On the Commander Pro, they're connected. You can do dampening and rebound on both sides. There's no physical connection between these two shocks. On the Commander Pro, there is, which is probably a good thing. There, on the slider assembly on the Commander Pro, there's an area on teardowns of Sherman S's. I have seen that there's some wear on certain like metal sections inside there. There's evidently bearings in that same area on the Commander Pro to prevent that from happening. So it sounds like there's some interesting things in the Commander Pro. That being said, I heard when you open it up and you look at like the wiring and the control board, it looks like typical Begode quality with just stuff kind of stuffed in there and not much attention paid to it. It's the trade-off you get. Roscallion. Talking to yourself is the first sign of madness. I think if it's only the first sign, I'm still okay. Yeah, me too, I guess. Because I definitely do that at times. Not often. But it's weird. Like sometimes, like just talking like that, it's just, I don't know. It's almost like you're working through certain thoughts. Trying to reason with yourself, I guess. I don't know. I'm no psychiatrist. Ross Skellion's house is hardwired Ethernet as well. Well, that's because you're cool, obviously. That's what the cool people do, man. Hardwire. Scott's got to go. Don't puke on myself. No, I don't think the buy will make me puke, luckily. The sign looks good. Yep. MEC and my EUC may have missed this answer, but what would you suggest the Sherman S be used for in day-to-day commuting? I don't know. I did miss that. So the question is, if the Sherman S can be used in commuting, of course it can. but it totally depends on the situation. Like if your commuting includes like hopping on public transit with this thing, that's not going to be very convenient. It's heavy. It's heavy. That trolley handle is not does not give you great assuredness for sure. But if you're just commuting from point A to point B, yeah. I mean, I need to ride it first, of course. But it sure seems it. I mean, everyone says that the suspension of this thing feels great. And I might actually just say screw it and just take it out for 5 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes, or maybe 20. What time is it? 9:09. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to go much longer. I might just take it out just to get a feel for it. A very quick feel. So anyways, me, you see my EC, I will have a better answer for you when I ride it more. Be great to take it to Dunkin' Donuts this weekend, right? Brian Gonzalez says, I have not put on the sliders. I will take it to Alien Rides to install. I was not encouraged by the struggles I've seen. I know my limits. We'll have to pay to play. Oh, so Alien Rides will do that for you? Well, that's kind of cool. Did they say what they would charge you to do that? I'm curious. So Dale says you hold the light button to make the lasers turn on. Okay. I will try that. Skellion says a lot of people use the S18 for commuting. Yeah, Terry was that guy from Canada. Was it Edmonton? Oh, man. I'm going already. Shit. He uses his S18 to commute in very, very cold conditions. On a full charge, it's so cold up there in a full charge. I think he said that his commute is like 6 kilometers. I think he said 6 kilometers, not 6 miles. And that's basically all he can get out of it because it's so freaking cold. But yeah, he loves commuting on it. My EUC. I meant that. Okay. I meant that because you have many suspension wheels, when would you choose the Sherman S and not say the EX20 or the S22? I can't tell you yet because I haven't ridden it. I can't tell you. I anticipate that that this would be the wheel that I would pick. Like for a long time, I would say in videos that what I've always wanted is a Sherman with suspension. And to me, the EX20S was the closest thing because it had a big ass battery and it had suspension. It also looks like a radiator or toaster. It's a very ugly wheel, very heavy wheel, but it has soft suspension and a lot of range. Now I have the actual Sherman suspension, a Sherman S. So we'll see. We'll see if it lives up to my hopes. Because I definitely have had hopes with it. All right, so let's end the poll. Here we go. The poll results should be posted. As far as the worst feature on the Sherman S, spiked pedals wins narrowly over trolley handle, charge port setup, seat. All right, so now I don't want to be negative, so let's do one more poll. Okay. Let's see. People have said, again, I've never ridden the Sherman Max. The Sherman Max had more power than the Sherman. And people have said that the Sherman S feels like it has slightly more power than the Sherman Max. So I don't know. To me, that's more than enough. Okay, we're doing another poll here. I'm going to keep you in the dark until I have all the options filled out. All right. The poll is now, what is the best feature of the Sherman S? My choices are the suspension system, the strong rim, the range, or the speed. Yeah, this should be able to touch 50 miles an hour in the right conditions. Well, there's like a higher speed mode, right? That's that you can unlock. I don't think I ever will, but yeah, this wheel should hit 50. Not that I have any desire to do that. or that I plan to test it. Like if I'll do a high-speed test on it, and I'll see if I can get the same thing as I got on the Sherman. I think on the Sherman I got 42 or 43 miles an hour. Not the top speed, obviously, but the speed that I was okay to go. So I'll do that again on the Sherman S. Oh, wow. Simon's here. Hey, man. Unannounced stream. I think I gave literally 3 minutes notice. I got my Sherman S today via FedEx, and I did not plan to unbox it because I have lots of stuff to do. I still have lots of stuff to do, but I got a lot of stuff done. So I was talking to Larry Zarkoff, and I said, oh, man, can't unbox it because I got too much to do. And one thing led to another, and it turned into, I deserve to do something I want to do. I don't want to just freaking move furniture for hours. So here we are. The Sherman S is out. Brian says, Alien Rides will. Less than $100 to do that? Ooh, really? Well, let me know, Brian. I'm kind of curious. What they charge you. Motion at my front door. There better not be someone at my front door. Who's at the front door? Roskelian says, I get 26 miles from my S18 in the summer. When I did my range test on the S18, let's see. I did the ride out to Ave Maria, which was like 34, 35 miles. Because I remember at the time, because the S18 only has an 1100 watt-hour battery, small, and I was surprised that it got very similar results to the V11, which has a advertised 1400 watt-hour battery pack. The S18 actually did surprisingly well on that ride. So, and obviously I got more than 26 miles. It made it all the way out to Ave Maria and back. Roskelian says the Sherman S well-made and better weatherproof than some, I think, including my Master. Oh, yeah, for sure. The Master build quality is not good by all accounts. It is not good. That being said, I mean, you can do a few modifications to make it much better. You see my EUC, same boat as me. You want a Sherman, but with suspension? Well, here you go. Although it does not ride like a Sherman. Partially because it's a suspension wheel, partially because the center of gravity is higher from what people have said. If you put the pedals, the standing pedal height on a Sherman S and a Sherman, it's going to be a huge difference. And the higher that center of gravity is, the less balanced it's going to feel in theory. So again, I will let you guys know. You see my EUC as far as the best feature. Clearly the suspension, sure. I saw Wrong Way posted a video today that he bought a Sherman Max as his daily rider, which is kind of strange because he's said how much he loves suspension. And just prior to that, he did a video where he bought a BMX bike too. So I'm not really sure where he's going with that. It's kind of interesting. George says, I find myself wishing for a stair climbing mode on these big wheels. Well, I mean, you can do it as long as the stairs aren't too far apart. I mean, you can push a wheel upstairs. The problem is, depending on the material in the stairs, you could damage the stairs. Like if you try to go up too high of a jump and the wheel starts to spin on it, it'll burn the shit out of the stair. So that is very situational. But yeah, they all echoed that. Yeah, I've seen tons of people push wheels upstairs. It's just that it depends on what kind of stairs. Simon says, Shermy love. One of my mates got 52. Oh, there you go, 52 miles an hour in a Sherman S. He's a light guy, but still definitely fast enough. Okay, well that's good. My big thing about wheels that have higher speed capabilities is not because I want to go right up to that edge. I like having that ceiling. I'm say I decide I want to ride high 30s or 40, but the ceiling is up here. I like having this padding here. I don't like to go up here. So, but that's just me. Some people do. EUC and my EUC, how are you liking your T4? I'm thinking of getting one of those after my Sherman S. I like it. I like it a lot. I have the new replacement motor and other parts for my T4. They're in another box. That's something that I will tackle again once the house is put back together. If you saw my last video that I shot on Monday, I actually rode the T4, and it's great. I like the 16-inch form factor. Even though the T4 is like 60 plus pounds, which used to be a heavy wheel, like my original Gotway monster, which was a monster at the time, is huge, right? It weighed like 60 pounds. And it's like, oh my God, this thing is just so massive. Now a light wheel is 60 pounds. So it's very interesting how perspective has changed. But yeah, no, I like the T4. It's great. The T4 is the reason that I sold my V12. Because even though I love my V12, it didn't have suspension. And all things considered, suspension carries a lot of weight with me. So that is why the V12 is now gone. So Dale says it feels a lot like a normal Sherman. Really? Okay. Well, like I said, I'm going to ride it in a few minutes. I will report back. Simon disagrees. The Sherman S doesn't feel much like the OG Sherman, apart from the solid build quality. Yeah, that's the consensus that I have heard. That doesn't mean that it feels bad. It just feels different. Skellion says he bought a Sherman Max for reliability and range in all weathers. He also got a deal. Yes, I heard he got a deal. I'm sure he did. Dale says, Simon, yeah, you'd notice the difference more than I would as you ride an OG Sherman. Dale, have you never ridden an OG Sherman? I'm sure you have, right? Oh, no, yeah, you have, because you said it was similar. Dumb question. I just answered it myself. The wheel is fully charged, by the way. It's done. It's done. The fan is no longer running, and the light is green. We are charged. That's great. I'm kind of surprised that I guess E-Wheels must charge it some before they send it out. I'm kind of surprised that they would have it almost fully charged, but that means less charging time for me. It's nice. Get that battery cover in. Okay, what's it? I mean, it's seated. I saw Adam make commentary on the battery cover, and he was showing video of him like fumbling around with it. It actually isn't that hard to get it pushed in there. I don't know if as it gets worn, it might be more difficult, but it's not too bad. Okay, so let's see. I'm charged. I have air in the tire. I think that I'm going to go out and I'm going to just go ride a little bit. Let's end the poll. The best feature of the Sherman S and the clear winner is the suspension system. Surprise, surprise. 81%. No one said the speed was the best. Spartacus says, I think that's your cue to get riding. Yeah, I will. I'll put on some basic gear. I do still have my gear in the house, and I'll turn on my laser, and I'm just going to go ride for a little bit. Like I said, I don't have to work tomorrow, and I'll in the community section of my YouTube page, I'll post my initial feedback. Of course, I will be doing more riding with more feedback, but I'll just let you guys know that I survived and what I thought initially. So. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in. Again, no notice. Quick for me, 90-minute stream. And what's this? Oh, music. Yeah, figure out a way to bring your live stream. Yeah, well, you can do that. Like I could stream from my phone. The thing that sucks is my cellular coverage out here where I live. It sucks. So it'd be constant dropouts. It wouldn't be any good. So maybe if I move. There is much better coverage in the city, so that might be a possibility in the future. So anyways, like I was saying, thanks for stopping in. Look for more content soon. Look for more updates on my move, because this is very exciting shit, let me tell you. And till next time, Duffman out. End the broadcast. See ya.